So your financial net worth is everything you own subtracted by everything you owe. Welcome to my $500,000 ticket, $500,000 net worth challenge that I set for myself January 2025 of this year up until my 64th birthday on 2032. In this video, we're going to do three things for you. We're going to show you my update as it stands for April the 7th of 2025, where my net worth is right now. It has changed. I'm also going to show you my priority list and what is important to me going forward. There's two particular accounts that are on my priority list. I'm going to show you guys those websites and show you my figures, and then we're going to talk about those particular priority list items. And then I'm going to have you guys roll with me and see how I do things on a daily basis, how I accumulate my money, and as I'm going through that process, go into my mindset on what my strategy is going forward, right? Okay, so those of you who have followed me know I have a full-time as a route driver. I also do gig work, and I do two particular gig apps to accumulate money, and I transfer that money to assets. So you guys get to see me work. You get to see my figures tonight. You also get to see me strategize going forward and to see some actual numbers as far as my net worth goes. All right, so here we go, guys. Let's get to it. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me on my 2,774 day journey to a challenge of $500,000 net worth. I'm going to show you guys two accounts where if I'm going to have some kind of success or any kind of measurable success, you know, this thing keeps coming down. I don't know why. But if I'm going to have any type of measurable success, there's two accounts that, at least two, that I know of I'm going to have to contribute more money and going forward. And if I'm able to, if I'm keeping this full-time job for those 7 years, then something needs to happen on one of those accounts. And one of those accounts are my 401k at my job. So how it works is that now if I contribute, say with 3%, they contribute 3%. It just so happens that right now I'm contributing 6%. So what I'm going to do, one of my visions was to increase that to double that, to 12% of my own money, taking straight out of my full-time job's paycheck. So that'll be 12% coming out of that, matched with their 3%. So a total of 15% alone will be coming out of my full-time job. 12% my income, and then 3% of the company. So it'd be 15% overall. Another account that I'm looking at taking advantage of is my HSA at my job, my health savings account at my job. The health savings account is a special account. It's one of the only accounts that you can take advantage of three ways of the tax burden, right? You don't pay any tax for putting money in. You use that for medical expenses. That HSA health savings account, you use it for your medical expenses, prescriptions, and so forth and so on, co-pays, and you don't get taxed either. And it's also a great tax advantage plan when it comes to an investment, right? You don't get no taxes on putting money in your investments. You can invest in the HSA. And if you get a certain amount, like for me, if I put a certain amount of money in my HSA account, that triggers a threshold where you can start investing in it. Hence why I want to put more money in it. And I haven't got to that point yet. I started this job not quite 2 years ago. So I have to get to that point where I have enough money in there so I can start generating some investments and put myself in position for that. So that's the reason why I want to put more money into the HSA, starting with the next enrollment period. But, so getting back to it, you put money into that HSA, you don't get taxed on it when you take that money out of that HSA. So it's a great vehicle to take advantage of all the tax advantages and also the investments when it comes to that too as well. So, and of course the biggest thing too is the more you put in there, it acts like a 401k of course, but the more you put in there, you can have down the road. If I can take care of myself, the biggest part is my health in the next 7 years, and improving that and maintaining that, improving that. And the more I get more healthier, the less I use that HSA, the more money builds up in there I can have for my older self years down the road here. And that's very important going into your older years, having an account like that. So those are kind of thoughts in my mind, guys, and that's where I'm at. I just wanted to share that with you guys as I head to work today, to my full time. It's going to be a longer day today. I might watch the game tonight. There's a national championship basketball game in the Final Four, or the Final Two now, of March Madness. So I may watch that tonight. Then I might just say, you know what, I watched enough basketball. I'm gonna make up for last week. I might just go ahead and work it out. So we'll see. But all right, guys. Well, headed to work. I'm gonna stop, grab my coffee, and get my day going, okay? And I'll have you guys ride along with me, and I may have to chat with you guys about a few other things as I carry on my day, all right? Okay, guys, so last time I was at this gas station, I went in there, I was hungry for coffee, thirsty for coffee, needed coffee really bad, and they didn't have it, so they did not have it. So we're gonna go in here and see if they got it this time. Let's see if we are successful. So anybody got any suggestions how I can wake myself up in the morning? I know, get sleep at night, get more than 3 hours sleep, K-2. I get it. Yeah. All right, you got your jokes. Happy Monday morning to you. Happy wherever you are in this world. And here's this happy coffee. All right. Time to go to work. Talk to you guys later. All right, guys. So I just wanted to chime in on my full-time route here. Just got done. Not a lot of stops today. Just got done my second stop, head into my third. And I just wanted to chime in with you guys and kind of speak something into your ear. So, still got my coffee, still rocking with my coffee, getting a little colder, but hey, I'll drink it until I have to stop drinking it. But, I think about in this long journey, I just wanted to talk to, this conversation is mainly geared to the younger crowd. And I know there's younger folks listening to me based on my analytics and what I look at on YouTube. I can see it'll show me what age group are listening to me. So I know there's younger people out there that are listening to my channel. And for the older people, you can listen in as well. All information is good information. All experience is good experience. All wisdom is good experience for people who want to hear it, right? We're in the same space and place that I am, right? So, younger folks, listen up. Listen, on this journey, I'm going to have times like this here where I reminisce about my past, how I got here. And the past is good for you not to live in, but also for you to have some kind of perspective, right? And this is the perspective I'm getting ready to tell you guys about. And sometimes I go to these reminiscences when I'm driving on the road. Great thing about driving on the road by yourself is you get to turn everything off, all your devices, radio, and have complete silence. When I have complete silence, guys, this kind of thought process you're getting ready to hear is in my brain. It's getting ready to come out to you right now, right? I can dream. I can visualize my dream. I can visualize my $500,000 ticket. I also can go back in the past to how I got here right now at six-figure net worth. All right? And I remember times where I was in Minnesota even though I'm a college graduate, I went through it in my mind going, how did I get here? When I went to college and got my college degree, I never thought I'd be in this place. And where I was working Saturday and Sunday from 6 a.m. This is after my full-time job. This is when I had a full-time job and I had a part-time job working at nights, right? On Saturdays and Sundays, I worked at a rubber fabrication factory from 6 o'clock a.m., which means I was getting up on a Saturday morning, I was getting up at, 4:30, 5 o'clock to get there, right? On a Saturday and Sunday. And I would get off at 6 o'clock and get home around 6:30, 7 o'clock, right? And then I did the same thing on Sunday. I did this, guys, for, how long did I have that gig? I think I did it for a better part of a year. I remember correctly. I think I did it better part of a year. And how much time did that leave me? Not a lot. I was already sleeping. I was in a relationship and it wasn't going well. I was in my mind thinking how I was going to move on. It wasn't, vibing with me well. We wasn't vibing well, and it was on the end of our relationship. So I had that in the back of my mind as well. How to move on from there, right? And so my life was not complete, right? I was dealing with things when I went home. I was dealing with managing my workload, and I was dealing with the pressures and the stress around all that, right? And still trying to get ahead in this debt process, right? Still trying to fight out of debt. But I'll go back to that rubber fabrication factory. And you walk in there, it was hot. It was like they had, you had to heat all the rubber. They made rubber parts for a whole assortment of things, like car rubber parts, for stuff for shoes, rubber parts for, rubber parts for shoes and all that kind of stuff. They made rubber parts for a whole assortment of things, right? And so which means that you had to man a station. Your station was you had to man a machine, right? A rubber fabrication machine where you put the parts in, they heat the parts up, and you take them out when they're done, and you had to sort them, right? Well, you had to wear special gloves and special equipment, or if not, you burn the hell out of yourself, right? And even still, you would burn the hell out of yourself, right? And some of these machines were 400, 500 degrees. So if you wasn't careful, you'd burn the hell out of yourself. We're real easy, right? If anything rubbed against your skin, or you weren't wearing your glove at a certain time, your hand got burnt, or you tried to wipe off your brow, the sweat on your head, you can get burnt. And I've done that a couple of times. I remember back in the day, I would come home with, welts on my head, being burned around my head or my neck. I got burned around my hands and my arms a couple times. And why do I say that? Why do I bring up that? Because I think that's important for me. I don't know how you guys operate, or how you guys operate in your mind, how you motivate yourself, how you internalize your inspiration to keep yourselves going. But for me, it's my past that generates me. It's my past that motivates my spirit. It's my past that gets me going when I'm really down and out, or it's late at night and I'm tired as fuck, working all day long, from working 16, 15, 17 hours a day, right? So when it's late at night, it's 11:30, and I'm grinding still at home, or I'm grinding still on my gig work at night. These are things that I generate from the past that gets me going. That puts fuel in my empty soul, puts fuel in my empty gas tank, right? So that's what I'm talking to some of you young people on using. Don't just dwell on your past to bring you down. Retrieve things from your past that can generate motivation and power to keep you going in the future to achieve your goal. And I look back now, man, I work in that rubber fabrication factory. Whew, it was tough, man. It was tough because I was working already 100 hours a week. 100 hours a week on all my jobs. And I had to go that thing on the weekend and then come back home with burns on my body, right? You think about the things you go through to get where you're going. That's what I went through to get debt free, guys. That's what I went through to get debt free. And I go back now and going, man, be grateful. Be grateful for that experience I went through, because I can now retrieve that experience to power my motivation inside me, right? Because I need that motivation to this day. I'm still not out of the woodwork yet to get to my goal. I got an ultimate goal, but I got goals for the week, for the month, and for the year. And there's times, man, guys, I'm tired, right? There's times where I've been out and about, man. Listen, guys, listen. There's times I've been out. People think I'm weird and crazy. Listen what I'm saying to you guys, right? I've been out in tornadoes. I don't care. I've been out in ice storms. When my car's sliding down the road, me trying to deliver packages. I don't care. I've been out in rainstorms where my car's flooded out, skidding up the road. I don't care. I've been out in snowstorms with wind chill factors minus 35 degrees, 50 degrees. I don't care. I've been out in all these conditions, right? If I lived in California, I would be out in an earthquake, in a wildfire, because I don't care. Why do I say that? Because the only thing that mattered to me was getting to this point right here, getting to this plateau when I was in debt. See, I had that kind of vigor because I can reach back to my past and get certain things that, hey, man, I don't want to go back there. So I don't want to go back there. I use that to power me forward because I want what I want. I want what I want to achieve. And what I want to achieve is what's in my head, my goals, my dreams and aspirations. And I had to have that, guys, because I was 45 years old. I had to start now. I couldn't wait. So that same vigor, that same thing I'm telling you guys about inside me, that same push, that same vigor that I have, that same due diligence I have in my mind, body, and soul right now, I'm telling you guys, I have to keep that up. This is what happens, young folk. Young folk out there, listen to me. This is what happens when you start late like I did at 45, knowing that I wanted to retire or stop working at 60 and 62. I had to go not now, but right now. Right now, man. Right now, right? And so you young people out there, I can't make you do this. I can't make you do what I want to do. But all I ask you guys to do is do your own journey, but don't start late. Use this wisdom from an OG. Use this wisdom from an OG. He's talking to you right now. The device you're listening to me on, keep that going. But turn everything else off and listen. And let that sink into your ear, man. Whatever you guys are going to do, I beg you, start now. If you want to make your life better, is invest in yourself, invest in people around you, where you have a good social setting, invest in your future, invest in your present, with knowing that you're increasing your your skills. Let that propel you to a better career, better job, better career, making money, right? It ain't about corporate ladder. It ain't about, the kind of job you got. It's about whatever's good for you, capitalize on it. Wherever kind of field that you're in, capitalize on it. I don't give a damn if it's street sweeping or collecting trash, whatever it is. Job is a job. And I wish I would have known that when I was younger. But whatever kind of job you're working, just capitalize on it. Get your, get your skill level up on it and do what you got to do in it, right? Whether that means getting your raises, getting your, rising up another level, where you're, another position, whatever it may be, right? But invest in that, but also invest in your future, right? Knowing what you have to do to increase your net worth, because it ain't about how much money you make, it's how much you keep. And how much you keep is what you grow, right? It's all about your net worth when you get older, guys, because your net worth is going to tell you where you are. Your net worth is everything you own versus everything you owe, right? And so when you're 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, your net worth is going to play a big part, because that's going to tell you how you can take care of yourself when you get older. And knowing that no one's out here to save you. No one's out here to care about you. No one's out here to take care of you. No one's going to give you $1 million when you're 60 years old. You're going to have to rely on your due diligence and your hard work and your vision and your strategies from the past when you're at your age right now. So just realize that, man, for you young folks out there, when you get to a certain spot in your life, you know what I mean? Don't let the past consume you. Let the past motivate you and inspire you, right? Take shortcomings and your L's from the past, your bad times from the past, and let that be your motivation to inspire you for the future. That's one of my biggest things to tell you guys, okay? So I just wanted to chime in, man, and have that conversation with you guys, okay? And so it's very important for me to tell you guys that. All right, guys, so, hey, I'm going to go ahead and continue on, man. I'll chime in every now and then in my journey with you guys on my daily my daily dues, what I'm doing right now, either my full-time or my gig work. So let the wisdom sink into your brain, man. And it's good for everybody, young folks and the older folks, but particularly some of my young people out there that listen to my YouTube channel and my journey now to my $500,000 ticket. All right? I'll sign off, guys. Think about that, and I'll chime in with you guys later on. All right? Peace. All right, guys. So I am headed back. My stops are done at my full time. It's time to head back now and clock out, check in, or do all my stuff there at the job, my paperwork, whatever, check out, and situate myself for my gig work, right? But I wanted to chime in. It's something on my mind I wanted to holler at you guys about. It's about checking in all my accounts every day or when I get a chance to do a video for you guys for this $500,000 challenge I'm on, is that I have to check my accounts. I have to deal with the highs and lows of where I'm at. What that means is that there's going to be some times I check my account, there's going to be some apprehension like I'm feeling today. Like, I can tell you right now, all right, based on what I know about how my accounts are going, particularly all my investment accounts, my brokerage accounts, it's going to be centered around how bad the stock market or how good or bad the stock market is doing. And I know the market is down right now. I know it's down, all what I've heard and what I've seen. Even the video I showed you guys the other day about one of my IRA accounts, it was down big time over the last couple of weeks, the last couple of days. I pretty much know, I'm like this right here, guys. Out of 0 to 100% being the realest, the truest, for sure, I am about 95 to 99% that the numbers I'm going to give you guys are going to be down, right? From my last net worth update I gave you guys a few days ago. I know it's going to be less than that. And I don't want to see it. I know it's apprehension, and I know I got to go through it, but that's just what that's what I signed up for, right? What I signed up for to give you guys throughout for this journey. I'm going to update you on my numbers, right? And it sucks even thinking about that, what I just told you. I know my number's going to be down. My numbers in my 2 IRAs going to be down. My numbers in my 401k, my job's going to be down than it was before, and my brokerage accounts won't be moving in the direction that I envision them to move in a quick enough time frame, right? I know this, right? So I have to get back here and look at my numbers, and that kind of sucks. That's like a mini L, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to do it, but I know it's part of the process. It's part of the process. I can't can't be all up high, and when I win, I got to be able to deal with the losses as well. Keep that even Steven, keep it going and not get too high, not too, get too low. But like I said, keep the even Steven going, and eventually, I keep going with this thing, I know it's going to change, but I just want to get my thoughts out there to you guys, and this is all part of the process. And sometimes you think that, like I'm feeling right now, another thing I'm feeling that, on that front, and I just told you guys about, I worked so hard in this process to even get to this point where I am now. 12 years ago, I was in debt. Now I'm at a point where I got a debt. Now I got to this point now of 6-figure net worth. And I know the numbers I give you guys later on here when I get settled in and go through the numbers. The update tonight is going to give you guys, but I give you guys, I hope that it's not lower than when I first started the year. But it's a strong possibility that it's going to be less than $108,000 net worth when I started January 1st, 2025. And that's going to be depressing, That's going to be a down moment, because I know what I'll go through every damn day. When I just showed you guys my daily schedule, you guys are with me on my ride-alongs, and you kind of see as from start to finish, early in the morning till late at night, when I get home, what I go through, right? My daily, right? And I'm still, to be honest with you guys, when I get home, I'm still not done, because there's extra projects I'm doing right now that I haven't told you guys about. There's extra projects that I'm doing at home that I ain't even got to yet. And I'm behind on this year. My goal for one of those projects is to get done with at the end of the year. And I'm severely behind on it. And so it's just that a lot of times I get home, man, you guys don't hear me say this a lot. And my long-term subscribers rarely hear me complain or even talk about being tired, worn out. But yeah, a lot of times I'm tired, man. Even if I don't admit that to myself at my, dining room table when I'm attempting to get stuff done, I'm sitting there dozing off at my laptop, right? There's a couple nights I dozed off at my laptop. My head's on my laptop for 2 hours. I didn't even know about it. And I get up and go to bed. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, right? And I'm getting up from my laptop. Wipe the drool off my face. Go in the bathroom. Throw water on my face, wash my face, brush my teeth, and go to bed, right? So that's how my nights go a lot of times. And you just work so hard to get to that point. It's gonna be a humbling, sober moment tonight, guys, when I give you guys you know what? You guys say, okay, -2, man. Come on, man. Come on. That ain't gonna be what it's gonna be. I'm telling you guys right now. I'm just being realistic with you guys. I'm just being realistic. I know that there's a high percentage chance that the numbers I give you guys tonight is gonna be lower. Might be lower than when I first started to hear my net worth, and that's gonna be a humbling and sober experience. So, anyway, guys, just wanted to share that with you as I head back. I'll check in with you guys later. Hope you're having a good day. Monday, April 7th day. So I'll check with you guys later, man. And again, I'm going to chime in with you guys, my thoughts during my process, my daily process as I go through this journey. So I just want to chime in with you guys and tell you how I'm feeling. All right, guys, I'll talk to y'all later. It's about 12:20 now. Going through downtown Omaha. I got out of work a little early today. That happens every now and then on the full time. All right. It's all good. So Today is Monday, April 7th. I'm going through, like I said, I'm going through downtown now. Got a little money out of the ATM. I have to send some money to my son. And so I sent him money for his birthday. He recently had a birthday, so I'm sending money for that. So got to go find his bank a few miles away here. So it give me a moment to talk to you guys. After that, I'm going to do a little gig work. Now, tonight is the national championship game. I'm going back and forth. Should I watch it or not? I may watch it. It's a little later tonight, so I may get in a little gig work now and then go watch it, or do gig work all throughout the night. So I have to think about what I'm going to do. I'm leaving right now to go watch it. Like to see how it turns out and watch it live. But like I said, I'll make a decision here in the next couple hours. A nice bright day out here in the Omaha metro area. And like I say, I'm going to go ahead and drop some ching-ching on the sun and go from there. Now, what I have to focus on is still I got to have a good week. I got to have a good week because as the month go on, you know, you have to recuperate what you didn't do last month. So, I mean, last week. So last week was a down week. You got to pump it up this week and get, you know, if not your goal, you got to get a little over your goal to kind of average what what I didn't do last week. So that's what's going to be on my mind tonight. Now, the gigs have been kind of down right now. I mean, either, Spark and GoPuff have been kind of down the last 2 months. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, I can't make these people order. I can't make these people send me runs and delivery runs. So we'll see how it goes, man. That's part of the topsy-turviness of the gig market. But we'll keep it moving, all right? All right, guys, so I'll check in with you a little later. Hey, guys, so I have to make sure I remember to do my gratitude journal. This is inside my 4x6 journal that I take with me pretty much everywhere I go. And what I try to do is, I make sure I go through I have my to-do list in here. Sometimes if I go a couple of days without looking at it, I'll make sure I go back and check things off, complete my Paylocity training, did that. I was getting behind on my HelloFresh meals. I was going to skip it, but I'm going to go ahead and keep it, not skip. So I just crossed those things off. There's a couple things on my to-do list that haven't occurred yet. But part of this 4x6 is my to-do list and my gratitude journal. And if I go a couple days without doing my gratitude journal, I know to do it. And I put down the date, which is 4/7/25, and I'll write down the gratitude. I'll write down gratitude and I'll underline it. It's just something I do to program myself to write it out. And when I'm writing down, I'm thinking about what I'm going to write. So I attempt to do at least 3 things I'm grateful for. And this is just off the cuff, guys. You guys are following along with me as I think about this. Okay. And it's important that I, again, be specific and I make it personal to me, right? I'm grateful to have my brother alive. He had a stroke recently and it was kind of scary there. It was a series of strokes and he got rushed to the hospital, and it was almost like it was surreal. Like I couldn't believe it that he was there. He had some things he had to take care of, and it was difficult for him to maintain as far as like his medications and stuff like that. And it got to be a little bit too much for him. And and one thing led to another. He had stresses in his life that caused him stress, which, anytime you're going through any kind of medical issue and you put stress on top of it. Not a good thing, man. Not a good thing. And so I'm glad we got through that. He's here with us and he's back to work and things are progressing. But it's good to have him here and to get through that medical issues. And so you try to make it personable and very specific. It's great. I'm grateful to have him back to work. What else am I thankful for? I'm grateful for grateful for my daughter and son to be alive. Over the weekend, I saw a horrifying story about some kids being shot up and a young adult being killed in the area here. And, you know, it just makes you think a little bit about where your kids could be and what situation they could be in. You know, it don't take too much, guys. There's 6 degrees of separation on this planet with us human beings, and it doesn't take too much for your kids to get caught up with the wrong people. You know what I'm saying? And so having my daughter and son be here alive, you know, breathing and working. You know, now what type of work? You may disagree with what they're doing sometimes, but if they're going in the right direction, you have to. It may not be as fast as you want, you know what I'm saying, as far as progress goes, but you have to be able to be thankful and gracious to, you know, thankful and have some gratitude to they're at least doing something productive, right? And working and being productive, right? Okay, so the third one I'll put down here that third one I would put that I have decent health for me. Okay, guys, so don't you guys are making fun of my writing, all right? It's not the best. I know it's not the best at all. Because I'm in a hurry and I'm just jotting down stuff, but so my health to help fuel and to help fuel my gig work, or to help fuel my goals. And to help fuel my goals and live decently. All right. So it's just something that's basic, just right off the cuff, you know what I'm saying? So there you go. There you have it, guys. That's my gratitude journal for the day. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It is getting to be, 2:02. I'm just pulling up for my first Spark delivery. So you know what time I got out of work? Said that earlier. It's not looking good today. Getting off to another slow start on a Monday. Here we go. All right. Not looking good, guys. Not looking good. And I was hoping to get off to a good, fast start. It's not looking good today. Just checking in at 2:02. Boy, oh boy. So that's how these weeks go, man. You never can predict anything. And yeah, I wanted a strong week, considering I had a tough week the last couple. But here we are. Usually I would have a if I'm going to have a big week, usually I would have a big, strong order about this time of the day. And so we'll see how it goes from here. It's a small order too on top of it. And so what I want to do is wrap this up really quick and then jump to another order that hopefully is going to be bigger than this one. But again, you can't ever predict which order is going to come out, and even if you're going to have a big order for the whole day, you just don't know that. It's based on people's, buying preferences, and are they going to buy anything today from Sam's Club or Walmart, for example? You can't control that. You can't control people's pocketbook. So that's how it goes. So we'll see how it goes, guys, and we'll check in from there. When I get done, we'll check with you guys, and we'll see where I'm at. Okay, guys, so I am rolling right now. I got my order. It took about 13 minutes for them to get the order out to my car. This Walmart here is generally pretty good. On average, they're pretty consistent with, I like them because they're pretty consistent with getting stuff out to my car on a timely basis. Not all Walmarts are the same, guys. I have to mention you guys, I think last video or whatever, I talked to you guys about that. And Sam's Club are the same way, the same with Walmart. They're not all consistent with, they're in the same category. They're not always consistent with getting stuff out to your car. Some of them are better than others, you know what I'm saying? This Walmart I just came from, is one of my favorites because they're, on average, they have their issues too, like they all do, but on the average, they're pretty consistent with getting stuff out to your car on a timely basis, which I explained to you guys beforehand or earlier, another video, last video I think, is that, hey, the quicker you get your stuff, man, the quicker you get to that bag. You know what I'm saying? The quicker your money adds up at the end of the night. Now, the route I'm doing right now, man, it's small, okay? And generally speaking, I don't usually take small orders around 2 o'clock or after, but hey, there's not a lot of stuff coming through, man. It's slow. It is slow, guys, and I gotta do what you gotta do what you gotta do. If you don't see no orders coming through, you have to really be strategic and unfortunately take what you can get. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully that adds up to a somewhat decent amount at the end of the night. Because the slower it gets, the later it gets, then you most likely won't get your goal. And my goal is $100 on each gig app, and so I set the goal high, and a lot of times I don't get it. A lot of times I'll get, sometimes I get, like I said, I showed you guys last week, I have $50 at the end of the night on each one, $100. Or if you got your 100, man, get your 100. Get your bill and call it a night, Sometimes it's $60, $75, on each one, and which is good. The ultimate goal is 200. I know usually I'm not going to get that on average nights, but I will get them. I'll get 150, 175, so it just this time of the year where the apps, as you guys can tell from the last couple videos, are struggling right now. And you have these times, throughout the year, guys, where the apps they're running low, running short, and they just have slow times. That's all. It's slow, and so that's just how it goes, man. So you just have to take the good and the bad. There's some times in the year where I just be rocking out. I mean, I have way more. There's some nights where I have way more than $200 on these apps, and there's some where I have like, $100, $150, But like I said before, it all adds up to the greater good of getting that bag at the end of the month. That's what it comes down to. So you have to go, look at your daily stuff, your weekly stuff, and then if it's short, hopefully the next week is bigger, and hopefully it adds up to your monthly goal, what you're shooting for. I think so. The monthly goal for this month of April for gig work is $3,300, and so that's what I'm shooting for. So we're gonna go ahead and finish this up, guys, and I'll let you know how it all goes if I have an order on my return. Okay, get back with you guys. Okay, guys, so what I expected to happen did happen, and I made a drop. My last drop is in Bellevue, the suburb of Omaha, south of Omaha, and that's where I am now. I suspected that I would get a run out of Bellevue, the Bellevue Walmart, and that's exactly where I am. And so sometimes I don't want to do that because sometimes that can kind of take me out of my area. Usually when you get a run out of here, you either stay down here or it takes you out west where you may not want to go, or it takes you far south, which that's exactly where I'm going today, which is I'm going to a place called Glenwood, Iowa, which is south of here, crossing over to the river. So east of the river, I should say. So kind of out the way, you know what I'm saying? It's a decent route. It's not the biggest route in the world, and you're putting some miles in your car, so it's one of those. But hey, there's not a lot of runs. Exactly what I just told you guys earlier in the last video. I said, look, hey, you got to be strategic. Not a lot of orders coming through. You got to take what you can get if you want your money to build up to a decent amount. So today, guys, I decided to make a decision that I'm going to end this. This is probably my last run for the day. I'm going to go watch the game tonight, and I made that decision. Even though I'm behind a little bit, I think I can make up as the week goes on. And that's the advantage of having something you want to do. You know, that's the advantage of having gig work. You know, you're your own boss. You're an independent contractor, which means you can, everything starts and stops with you, you know, and those are the luxuries and the freedoms I like. Even though the flip side of it, the flip side of that is, hey, look, you stop what you're doing, the money goes dry, right? That's the give and take of the gig world, guys, the gig economy world, where you do what you want to do, but there's consequences of it, right? So yeah, there you have it. But I do like the position I'm in to, if I want to go to watch my game. Now, I couldn't do that if I was on the clock. I mean, I couldn't do that if I was working for time, if I was putting in time for money for a company, for example, right? Under employee, under the W-2, you know, title, right? So me being 1099 independent contractor, I can start and stop whenever I want to. And I can always come back here after the game. I can always come back here when I'm ready to, right? But so those are the things, that's the reason why I decided to, you know, give up that nagging middle management job that was gonna, you know, that took all my freedom away from me, right? It took all my time. You know, I would work, guys, I would work 60, 70 hours in a warehouse, and then they had me, if a driver didn't show up or the driver didn't want to do a run, which was usually the case, they would have me go do the driver's run for them, right? You know, so that was another 16-hour day, 18-hour day on top of the time I put in the warehouse to manage the facility, right? So yeah, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. I can do without that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good. Less money, more freedom, less stress, lower blood pressure, and more mental strength and more spiritual strength. I'm good. All right. I'm good. So there you go. There you have it. So, but yeah, man, I got here. It's what, 5:02 now. So waiting for my order here at Walmart, and I'll be on my way. And I think, like I said, I'm going to end the night here. And then the last two things I'm going to do tonight for you guys is to show you my two accounts that I'm strategically going to put more money in as we go along the years. Most likely starting in a few months, next month to a few months. I have some things that's going to drop off on my budget. Then I'm going to add to the little merit increase I got from my job. I am going to add to my 401k, and then down the road, I'm going to add to that HSA. So I'm going to talk to you guys about that. And then, of course, I'm going to share with you guys my net worth as it stands today, Monday, April 7th. Okay? All right, guys. I'll chat with you guys later. All right? Okay, guys. So it's about 5:50 right now. That's going to have to do it for the night. I'm going to end the night. I'm going to get ready for my March Madness game tonight, the Final Four. Actually, the Final Two is tonight. The championship game is tonight. So I want to show you guys what I got so far at Spark. Can you guys see that? Hopefully you guys can see that. Oh, let me light it up a little bit. So it's 52 plus the tips, 27.27. So that comes up to what, $85 and change. So all in all, not bad, really not bad for a few hours, and it's not even 6 o'clock yet. I mean, if I go all night, I would definitely get my 100. So it's 85 now, the 58 plus the 27. So pretty good for couple hours. And like I said, if I would go all night, I would definitely get most likely get my 100 at Spark. So, but I'm going to go ahead and end the night. Tonight's a special night because it's a championship game. And I want to know how many college basketball fans are out there. Are you guys college basketball fans like I am? I'm a diehard. I love March Madness, and I got to watch my championship game tonight. And who do you guys have? Who do you guys have? Where's the college basketball gurus out there? Come on now. I am Houston. I put a bet on Houston over. Okay, anybody out there know anything about that? Houston money line in the over. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm gonna kick back, watch this game, watch the national championship game, have a little bite to eat, and get my mind prepared for the numbers of my net worth I got to talk to you guys about later on. Not looking forward to that, but we won't talk about that right now. Let's watch this game. All right, guys. So I am back from the sports bar from watching the National College Basketball Championship game. Hey, I put my money on Houston. Hey, came up short. That's all right. Florida Gators won the national championship game. Hey, congratulations to the Florida Gators for a nice victory, and you deserve it, right? Congratulations, champions. Hey, I came up short, lost my parlay. Bet on the game tonight, but hey, it was only 20 bucks, all right? But here's the most depressing news. What I'm getting ready to give you guys. I'm getting ready to give you guys my net worth update for April the 7th, all right? And this is going to be depressing, guys. I'm going to tell you right now, it's lower than I started the year. It's lower. My net worth is lower than when I started the year. So this is going to be a depressing report, but hey, it's what I signed up for. So let's go ahead and get into the numbers, man. So I'm going to give you guys the numbers to my net worth, breaking each category down. And then after that, I'm going to give you guys my priorities. What are my priority steps, going toward the end of 2025? What is for the rest of the year, what are my priorities? Okay, so let's go ahead and break the depressing news down, man. Okay, so my car is worth $16,000. It's a 2023 Chevrolet Trailblazer. And let's go down the list. So my furniture, I've had to kind of estimate a little bit. A good general rule of thumb for my furniture, I just bought some new stuff. I got laptops. I got 3 laptops. I got a new couch and so forth and so on. So I'll put my furniture, and I don't have a lot, but I'll put my furniture at $5,000. I have a trading card collection of way back when of old football cards, basketball cards, baseball cards, Star Wars cards, and I go on the low. I estimate this to be on the low point, on the low value. It's actually it probably could be more than this, but trading cards. And again, remind you guys, people who are listening to this right now, net worth meaning that everything you own versus everything you owe, all right? So everything you own subtracted by everything you owe, right? So if I had a loan or something, or I owe somebody some money, you guys subtract that from the total, okay? But I don't owe anybody anything, so that point would be 0. But let's keep going. All right. So my trading cards, again, I kind of estimate low for these. I just put 2,500. They're actually probably most likely worth more than that from what I counted the other day. But I'll give them a 2,500. Okay, so let's break off into all the bank accounts, brokerage accounts, and IRAs and so forth and so on. Okay, so my main bank account has a total in there of $1,894.16. This is subtracted from my tax fund. I do not include my tax fund at my net worth because my taxes will be spent this year on all my taxes. So you don't put that in there on my total. Okay. All right. So let's keep going. So my online bank account, online bank, which has my car replacement fund in there. That is now $1,882.83. Okay. And so let's go to the credit union. And that's where my emergency fund is at. My emergency fund is now $7,120.83. Okay. Let's go to now at Fidelity. That's where two of my main accounts are at. Okay. Actually, three. I have my brokerage account there. I have my brokerage account, which covers two things in there. My S&P 500 and my information technology ETF, they're in one brokerage account at Fidelity. Okay. Also at Fidelity is my Roth IRA and my regular Roth IRA. Okay. All right. So they have a combined, all those have a combined figure. Okay. Now they're broken down, but I'm going to add those all together. Okay. So all together hope you guys can see my writing here. Sorry about my bad writing. All right. Hope you guys can see this. All at Fidelity at all equals up to a paltry $68,000, $68,961.32. Okay. So let's now go off into my other brokerage account, which is real small. It's a Moo account. It's not that big. It's only got, how much in there? I just started this not too long ago. $391.26. Okay, so let's go off into my full-time job, Roth 401k. All right. Full-time job, Roth 401k. And that's got 3,000, I'm probably going off the board here, guys. Sorry. $3,334.24. So you guys probably can't see that, but take my word for it. $3,334.24. And then the last thing to put on here is my HSA, my job, my health savings account, and it's only got $200.98. Okay, guys, how much you think that is? Are you guys been adding up? Are you guys been adding this up as I write this down here? Okay, so if you have, you'll see that it's less than the $108,000 I started my year as my net worth. Okay, guys, here it is. I'm gonna put it up here so everybody can see. I'm gonna erase this here. erase all that. I'll erase the top part so you guys can see this here, okay? So the total is $104,285.62. There it is, guys. There it is. Less than when I started the year. And it's a depressing moment. It's a depressing moment, but you know what? It's what I signed up for. It's what I signed up for. I knew there's a possibility of how things were going this year with the market. It was a possibility of this happening, and here I am, man. Here I am. Depressing moment. As I write these figures out, I knew it was going to be less than, but here we are, man. Here we are. So, you know, 4 months in, I'm not making, I feel like I'm just not making no progress at all, you know. So it's a tough moment. It's a tough moment to swallow, man. Tough moment to swallow, but there it is. There it is. I got a lot of work to do, guys. It ain't over yet. I got some more months left at the end of the year here to finish strong and get through this. But it's tough to see that, man. You know, I work so hard, but it's just, you know what, guys, it's not surprising though. It's not surprising considering all what's going on with the market and topsy-turvy market and the tariffs and so forth and so on. We can go on. But I'll keep fighting. I'll keep fighting, guys, with your support. Drop some comments down below. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? You think I'll be able to get my $45,000 net worth gain this year, even though I'm struggling right now, even though this is what it is, what it looks like? What do you guys think? What's your opinion on am I going to be able to make my net worth goal this year, $45,000, be at the end of the year? Net worth gain. What do you guys think? All right, so there it is, guys. There's the depressing numbers and figures. So let's go ahead and erase all this. I'm going to give you guys my priorities for the rest of 2025. Okay, so priority number one, and I think I mentioned this in my other video. If you guys remember my other video the other night, priorities for 2025. Number one is to get that emergency fund to at least $12,500. Okay. And if I can put more or plus, if I can put more in it, the better, right? I like to get it the sweet spots between $12,500 and $20,000. Ultimate goal, $20,000. Leave it there. Don't touch it. That'll add a lot of peace and tranquility, right? But I'm satisfied with my circumstances right now. I'm satisfied with the $12,500. Okay, I can work with that. But and once I get to $12,500, I'm going to use that money. Probably most likely put $100 in there every time I get paid or once a month just to add to it. The money, once I get to $12,500, the money I'm putting in there now, I'm going to take and put it somewhere else, right? In my brokerage accounts, for example. All right, so that's how I'm going to do it. But I have to mainly get that figure to $12,500, and then I can make the transition to use that money elsewhere. Okay, but that's my number one goal. Number two is to invest more money in my HSA, my health savings account. Okay, and as I get older, I gotta put more money into that health savings account. It's used right now for my co-pays and my office visits when I go to see my doctor, or my for my medicine, for example. And so, but other than that, I can still put more money in there. If I get it to $1,000, which is a threshold to invest, that's what I have to do. Right now, you guys saw where my HSA is severely low, it's severely underfunded. So I had to get that thing going. So that's going to be my second major goal, is to crank that up here soon. Okay. And also, as I get older, I want to have the peace and comfort of having a whole boatload of money in my HSA to cover medical expenses as I age and get older. Okay, that's going to add a lot of peace and tranquility to my situation. All right. So number 3, invest more money into my Fidelity. I'll abbreviate that. Brokerage account. All right. So I want to put more money in my brokerage account. Number 4, decrease some, I was going to say living expenses, but I'll just put bills there. So I have a target to decrease some of my bills, right? I've already eliminated YouTube TV for right now. So no more YouTube TV. I told you guys the other day in that video that I was going to eliminate them because they're increasing their bill. I wasn't going for that at the moment, and I'm hardly here to watch it anyway. So I got rid of YouTube TV. I'm focusing on decreasing my T-Mobile bill as well. I'm also looking to decrease and decrease my car insurance bill as well. Okay. And kind of streamline things a little bit. Also, I want to add more money to my car replacement fund. Okay? So those are my 5 priorities, guys, going forward for the rest of 2025, okay? So you guys wish me some good luck on my next update coming here next month. All right, my next net worth update coming next month. Hopefully we got some better news. All right, so there you guys have it. All right, any comments, leave them down below. You guys want to get a hold of me with specific questions on your situation, your budget situation, or you got some more questions on what I just presented to you guys, I'll leave my personal email down in the description box down below. You're welcome to have at it. Okay, let's get back to the video. Okay, guys, so I promised you guys I would show you the 2 accounts I'm really going to focus on going forward. My priority list will include these 2 accounts. Now, I'm going to show you my HSA, and I'm also going to show you eventually my 401k Roth at my full-time job. Now, I have to apologize. My 401k Roth site is down right now, so I guess they're going through some technical difficulties. So I'm apologize for that to you guys. I'm going to have to show you that at another video. Maybe the next video I can show you that account. What I want to do is get you guys used to seeing my accounts. I'm going to be referring to them going forward, and as I talk about them and adjust them going forward, okay? I will be, look at this right here, my HSA, for example. My HSA is my health savings account that you're looking at. I'm going to be tinkering around with this thing big time, guys. Now, I just started. I just put this thing in place. I haven't been in my full-time job, guys, for long. So this thing is new. It's severely underfunded, as you can see. So I'm going to be tinkering around with this big time going forward. As you saw, it's on my priority list. Now, I did not put my 401k Roth on that list, guys, but just go ahead and insert that on the same line as this one on my priority list. Both of them are going to be a priority going forward. This one is more of a priority because it's my health going forward. As I get older, I'm going to need my HSA. I'm going to need money stacked away in this account for medical reasons, medical purposes, and so forth and so on. Okay, so this is very important to me going forward. But also my HSA, I don't get taxed putting money in there. I don't get taxed for taking money out of there. I don't get taxed to see my money grow in there. Okay, so this is very important for me. This is going to be one of my vessels to tinker around with and put a lot of more money in there. Instead of putting 15, 20, 25, it's going to need to grow to 50, 75, eventually to $100 a paycheck. When I take care of some things going forward, I'm going to, get rid of some things on my bill list or decrease some things on my bill list, including my high car insurance. I got to really focus on strategizing and decreasing that bill. And also other things going forward. I have plans for my emergency fund, getting that to a certain standard. I can get that money dispersed out to other accounts. And this is going to be one that I'm going to disperse my money to, this particular account. Okay, guys? So I just wanted you guys to see my HSA account. Now, you guys, I'm going to show you guys something. Look up there where it says, the top right, in the blue letters, it says my HSA deposit amount, $200. But look to your right where it says my investment not enrolled. So if I hit that, I'll show you guys. Now, there's a limit. There's not a limit, but there's a threshold that you have to hit. So before you start investing in that account, before you start investing in that option, right? That HSA investment option, you have to have at least $1,000 balance in your account. So I'm looking to put money in there so I can have a whole lot more than $1,000. So the extra money can go to my medical expenses, co-pays, so forth and so on. That $1,000 or more can now start generating investments. All right. So that's my plan, guys. That's what I plan on doing, investing in this HSA enough where it can get to the $1,000 threshold and more. All right. So that's my plan, man. And I want you guys to understand, I'm going to be talking about this going forward. It's one of my priorities. But thank you guys for joining me. And you saw my sad, 401, my sad net worth. It's a down moment for me right now. I'll get over it. I'll keep moving forward. I showed you guys my priority list. Again, add that 401k Roth to my HSA line on my priority list, and I'll keep it moving from there, man. Thank you for joining me. If you're new to the channel, like what you heard, I ask that you like the video, consider subscribing, and the most important thing is share this information with someone you care and love. You think they can use this information to their advantage long term, and so can you. Talk to you guys later.